And then, so what was it like being a Microsoft intern? And can you give like a little bit of a rundown for your schedule? Like, what was the intern culture like? Any funny stories from that experience?
Yeah, definitely. So just to start, I want to say that especially in terms of like the research area of Microsoft, or yeah, it's very different from the typical like tech industry role that you would have as like a software engineer, intern. And so I feel like the perks, honestly, you don't really get that much, compared to the other traditional roles. But it was so fun, just to, be outside the US. And so in terms of free stuff, we get like hoodies, backpacks, water bottles, I think like occasionally like snacks and stuff. Um, and yeah, that was great. And then also in terms of the intern culture, um, I feel like it was kind of hard to kind of tell who was interns and stuff, just because at the research level there tends to be a lot of PhD interns, and so like they can kind of cross for like full time employees. But fortunately, I was able to find like like people who are actually like just about to enter their PhD programs like me. So we were able to eat lunch together, and also like plan trips and stuff. I guess like outside the UK, and also out the Microsoft Research Cambridge, they do a really good job in trying to plan events for interns. And so I remember, like on my one of my I guess my second to last day of my internship, we were able to go to like a go kart like racing track, which was really fun, and also do some other activities like throughout the summer as well. And in terms of my daily schedule, I would say that it really depended, but it was pretty straightforward. So I would get in the office maybe around like 9 to 10 or so, and then just kind of review what I needed to do for the day. And then let's see, get started on my project. And then probably like throughout the day, have different meetings with my research supervisor, and then also like his supervisor, who was like the lead for the group I was in. Also, the group I was in is called Biological Computation. And so it was very interesting because I think at the time it was the only lab at Microsoft that had a wet lab, in terms of like biology and like chemistry and all that stuff. And so it was super interesting. And I was able to do like, I would say a lot of work. Okay, let me stop. Okay. I was able to do work that I probably wouldn't have been able to do at like another company. So it was very cool. And so yeah, going back to my schedule from there, like, I had different meetings with people, and then also just at the end of the day would be able, sorry, at the end of the day, I would usually like go down to the gym and work out and then just like go home. And so I honestly think like the coolest thing about being there was that we got bikes, because I guess in Cambridge, it's a very academic town, and, I think it's very common for people to ride bikes. So this is my first time like riding a bike full time. So like Microsoft, they pay for, all the interns to get a bike rental for like the time they were there. And so, yeah, that was one thing I also really enjoyed. And then like being in the UK, honestly, I mean, it wasn't really super different to me. Like, honestly, there is a different culture, but I guess the biggest thing I had to get adjusted to was, driving or like walking or biking down the left side of the street instead of, the opposite way. But I got used to that pretty quickly. And yeah, so it wasn't, yeah, anything like super weird or stuff, but yeah, it was nice.